You have to be a little bit careful when making a wish. Only last week, while cutting my birthday cake with Mairead, she said, "What you wish for?" "Did you wish to stay in Sri Lanka a bit longer?" As we were leaving the next day, I just laughed and said no. It might mean we end up staying at the airport for longer, just due to airport delays. But there is something I've always expressed I would love, I've wished for so often, and heard other people being upgraded to first class. Oh, we're just at the airport and randomly selected to go first class or business class. That never happens to us. And we're not in the financial position to make it happen. My only random selection is security, and it doesn't feel random anymore. Well, this isn't exactly the same, but getting our train from Nanaoya down to Colombo, we went up to the office man and said, could we have some second class tickets, because that's what we usually travel. And he said, no, sorry, it's been booked completely out. We only have the option for first class. Looked at Dave and said, oh yeah, why not? Air conditioning, at least on the train, it'd be great. It cost us all of $12 each. Imagine our surprise when finding the first class carriage was the one right at the back. So we get on and it's the observation car. Wow, I've heard of the observation car and thought if I'd ever travelled to Canyon or Australia, I'll try to get the observation car. It never happens, never been able to do it. So to see us in the observation car, I was a bit chuffed. And then finding our seats, well, we're number 21 and 20 or something, thought, oh yeah, walking up. We're right at the back, which is at the front of the observation car. Like, you're looking out as the train goes past, just this big open window of the beautiful scenery ahead. So here we are, sitting out, looking like king and queen, as it goes through some of the most picturesque scenery you'll ever see in Sri Lanka. So this was going to be one exciting trip. But how things can change. With a couple of little girls sitting behind. I've got nothing against little girls, I've got a couple coming myself, and they can be a joy. But those high-pitched little voices, for 6.5 hours, well actually it ended up an 8-hour trip, but for 5 of those hours, during the daylight, during our scenery, we had these little joys behind us, and then joined by a crying little cousin who never wanted to be there at all. Yeah, it sort of puts a damper on the scenery a little bit, as you'll see in my video. I've blocked out a lot of the sound so you can actually enjoy the scenery. We left the girls here at the Nanaoya railway station while they headed off to Ella, and we headed back to Colombo to catch our flight home. And just enough time to catch a quick omelette at the Nanaoya takeaway bus near the railway station. And as we had first class tickets, we even had a lounge to sit and wait in. And as I said, our carriage was right at the back, which was the observation deck. What a view. It wasn't long before we realised what the decibels in this carriage was going to be like, but we did think the children would tire out before the end. 8-hour journey. It was nice having this much leg space. I'll be like king and queen. And we're off. I'll turn the sound off here so you can actually enjoy some of this scenery without the beautiful background noise. Now I'm just being mean. And slowly it's getting darker and the little voices are beginning to fade. We got off at Ragamura and Abaja home to Samanjit's house the next morning. Now that's a noise I can wake up to. And I think Bruno knew it was our last morning. Some last minute shopping in Kiribati Goda, like full important stuff like samahan, wood apple jam, and of course tea. And then it's a goodbye round. So sad to leave these people behind in Sri Lanka. We'll have to get back again soon. And as we fly out, we review our last month and the highlights, the beauty and the diversity of this small island. The food, of course, the food. there's the not so good parts too, like the crowds, the humidity, the noise, the pollution. Then there's the history and the religions and the temples and the mosques and churches. They're just magnificent. Who could forget about the wildlife? By far what stands out is the resilience of the Sri Lankan people. A war, tsunami, and even economic upheaval. They come back stronger than ever, their own uniqueness showing through. But what we'll miss the most are the Sri Lankan smiles. I miss you all.